All you need is your being. That's it. You don't need any special technique, any advanced learning or understanding. You don't need to decipher anything. You don't need to meet a special teacher or go to a special place. You don't have to go through a deep or profound course. You don't have to go through extreme discipline. Whatever is wrong with you, however bad it is, at the end of the day, the solution, the cure that you're looking for is your own being. The you that you truly are, the inner self, the higher self, the I. That is you. That is your wellness. That is you in perfect form. And everything and anything that you suffer from is actually a disconnect or a forgetting or a discomfort with that state. That's it. That's it. And we put things between us and that state. We say, I need 10 years of therapy, or I need an expensive program, or I need to learn the deepest spiritual teachings and study the greatest text. And again, I say this all the time. I have nothing against those things. I have done all of those things, and those things are fun and they're helpful and they're useful. But they will not fix what needs fixing. They cannot. I've seen people spend years at ashrams. I've seen people study the greatest text in the world. I've seen people do the most complicated practices. I've seen people really analyze their shadows and stuff and bless them for the effort and the intensity of what they're doing. I did that for years also. And I'm not knocking any of those practices. I'm just saying that those practices are not what you need to fix. They're not the healing. And the act of putting those practices in front of you and saying, I need to go through this gauntlet in order to find my wellness is the problem. Because your wellness is simply your own being. It is not far away from you, and you are not unworthy of it, and it is not hidden from you, and you do not have to go through things to merit it. You have become uncomfortable with your being, with your nature, with your consciousness. You have become uncomfortable sitting and feeling the life that you are. Your body is out of control because you have become uncomfortable being in your body. Your mind is spiraling because you have become uncomfortable being the consciousness that the mind works for. And instead you have become the victim or prisoner of the mind, and you go, oh, when will this mind be a less cruel master? The only thing that's needed is for you to be willing to surrender and to say, I want to feel, I want to allow, I want to experience that higher consciousness. And yes, to do that, you have to develop a daily meditation practice. You have to, sit with someone who can teach and explain what to do. And you have to confront the things that are captivating to your awareness, often your pains or your fears or your insecurities. You have to learn to surrender those things so that the dust can get out of your eyes and you can see and feel your God consciousness, your Christ consciousness. Yeah, there is work to do, but here's the thing. I'm not saying that the work is useless. I'm saying that if you do work, and refuse to surrender, you will get nowhere. If you, or until you are able to feel comfortable being, until you can say, I'm ready to feel loved. I am okay being okay. I want to acknowledge help instead of pining for help. Where is the help? When will the help come? I want to see, oh, there's help there, there's help there, there's help there, there's help there, there's help everywhere. I'm ready to detect the part of me that is well. I'm ready to allow myself to dissolve. I'm ready to float. Like when you're learning to swim as a kid and you have to do like the starfish thing where you go back and you lay down and you're like, if I do that I'll die. There's a moment when you go, I've got to do it, I've got to do it, and you lay back and you realize, oh my goodness, I'm floating. That is the same thing that happens at the level of consciousness. The part of you, the protector part of you, the doer part of you, the broken part of you, the seeking part of you needs to come to a point where it goes, I will melt, I will float and feel the bigger part of me. I'm saying this because I've worked with people, I've seen people, I've witnessed people, and I myself have done it, where you'll learn, but not, you'll learn about that higher consciousness, but you won't experience the higher consciousness. You'll you'll go and sit at the feet of all the masters in the world and ask, oh, what about this and what about that, and over time your questions become 15 minutes long because it's so complicated and so intellectual, but you will not surrender to the experience that the guide or the master is teaching you. And you will sit in these complicated meditations based on doership, and you won't surrender to the meditation experience of experiencing the higher self. And I've seen people where you could guide them to the process, the truth, and say, here, if you could just reach your hand out and touch your higher self, you'll experience it. And people go, nah, can you give me another technique? I like techniques. Can you give me instructions? Is there a book I should read? And you're like, no, just feel the higher self inside of you. Feel the consciousness in you. Feel the fact that you're okay. And they're like, yeah, but I don't know. Maybe there's more. I feel like maybe I need to study some more, do some more, effort some more, analyze some more. The conflict is that all of these things, the therapy, the spirituality, the seeking, the learning, the doing, they are arrows pointing you to the self within, to the deeper, wiser, well being that is inside of you. And the part of you that needs healing, that part of you that got so scared it became your protector is saying, I really don't want to look at what the arrow is pointing at. I want to look at the arrow and I want to microanalyze it. So, I don't like to just say something without showing you what is the immediate relevance of this, and how does this how can you use this information to help you in your life. I want to challenge you to get to the core of what you are trying to do, why you are trying to do it, and how it gets done, and surrender to the essence, to the one step essence of what's happening. What you are trying to do is to fix the feeling, experience, or consciousness of not being well. Physically, mentally, psychologically, emotionally, something. Spiritually, I'm not well. I'm not okay. I can't sleep. I'm angry. I have fear. I have guilt. I'm whatever. That is what you're trying to do. You're trying to fix the experience that your consciousness is having that says I am not well. Why are you trying to do this? Because you dwell in the consciousness of not being well. That's why you need to do it. How do you do it? You do it by allowing yourself to shift and experience the consciousness, I am well. What does that look like? There's 100 techniques that'll point you like an arrow to what it looks like, but it does not look like the technique. It looks like surrendering, like allowing. It looks like if you're crossing between two giant mountaintops, and you're walking on one of those bridges that are made out of glass, and you look down at and you're standing there and you're like, I don't want to see, I don't want to see, I don't want to see, I think I'm gonna die, I'm gonna die. And then somebody says, just relax, just open your eyes, look down, open your eyes, look down, open your eyes, look down. And you're like, oh God, if I do that, I'll die, I'll die, I'll die. And at some point you open your eyes and you look down and you go, oh, okay, I'm standing on a really solid, really strong glass on a really strong bridge. I'm okay, I'm not gonna die. That feeling is what surrender is. Surrender is shifting from the consciousness, the experience, the cognition of I'm not well, I'm not well, I'm not well, I'm not well, and allowing a higher thing to rise up in you and say, hey, you're okay. You're okay. And the thing that we're doing is we're trying to tell that we're trying to, because again, it's the paradox of it. It's as I think it was St. Francis said, what you were looking for is where you were looking from. I'll say that again, like it's what you are looking from is what you are looking for is where you are looking from. So the problem, and this is sort of like the catch-22 that's in this, is that the thing that is missing is the awareness that nothing is missing. And so as long as you keep looking, you can't find because you are looking. Looking is a consciousness. Being is another consciousness, a higher consciousness. And you just have to be willing to say, what if there is a higher part of me? What if it's already there? It's already okay. I already deserve it. I already have access to it. And what if I just need to experience it? And what if the only way I can experience it is to go through that awkward second of feeling like, if I stand still, I'm gonna explode. And what if I just trust enough to stand still, to be quiet, to melt, and then to feel it? What if that's possible? And what if the journey isn't about academically studying what consciousness is? The journey isn't about putting effort behind healing. What if the journey is about, wow, I experienced a higher part of my consciousness, the part of me that is well. I experienced it for 1 second yesterday. And today I'm going to surrender a little bit more, and I'm going to allow it a little bit more, and I'm going to feel it for 2 seconds. And then tomorrow I'm going to feel it for 3 seconds. And I'm going to get so comfortable in this state that I'm just simply going to allow it all the time. That's the journey. It is a journey of perpetual and incremental allowing. But here's the thing. It is not as hard as it sounds. It's not like you have to consciously, with effort, allow 60 seconds a minute, 60 minutes an hour, 24 hours a day. You don't. You have to remember. Well, okay. You have to allow, and the allowing makes you get a glimpse of who you actually are. And then you go, oh, whoa, that's who I am. I'm not afraid of that. I'm not afraid of that. I welcome that. Come more and more, please. Yes, yes, yes. I allow, I accept, I surrender, I allow. And then the consciousness, the presence, the self that is the fixing of everything, that is the solution you're looking for. It is literally all around you and throughout you and inside of you. And it is waiting for your permission to blossom and bloom inside of you. It will do the rest. If you simply say, I'm not afraid, I allow, I allow, for 1 second, and I mean 1 second. When it happened to me for the first time, it lasted, I would say, 3 or 4 seconds. Seriously, it is an allowing that leads to an aha, that leads to a yes, please, more, I allow more. Oh my God, I can't believe I haven't been allowing this. And then that causes the self, the higher self, the higher consciousness to just vroom. It does the rest for you. It creates in you a hunger to experience it more and more. It creates in you a discipline to allow it more and more. It leads you to the right practices and teachers that guide you on how to fine tune this a little bit more so that you can surrender more. It makes you fall in love with it so that all you want is to merge with it. It seduces you, it romances you. You don't have to effort your way, even in surrender. That's the thing. The efforting is an illusory consciousness. Anyhow, I hope that this has been helpful. My ultimate point is allow yourself to melt into and experience the higher consciousness that is well. Believe it's possible, acknowledge it when it happens, even for a quarter of a second. Do this through meditation, not a meditation of efforting or doing, but a meditation that allows a moment of presence. I prefer breath awareness based meditations. I have a whole bunch of free ones on my YouTube channel. You can look up the guided meditation playlist. I have some on my a bunch of free ones on my website. You can look it up in the description. Go and try it. That's it. That's it. Try it, but don't try it with doing, but try it with, okay, I'm gonna allow, I'm gonna melt, I'm gonna surrender. And do it. Do it. There's gonna like this strength of I am going to allow this will rise up in you. And when you allow it for 1 second and you recognize it, then that's when the romance starts. That's it. You have met your higher self. You have fallen in love with your higher self. And your higher self is going to bring you flowers every single day and say, trust me, let me in, trust me, let me in, trust me, let me in. And it begins from then. It goes on its own. That's it. That's it. So I hope that that's clear and motivating, and I hope that you give it a try. And I really look forward to hearing from you what your experiences are, because I know that it transforms everything. It is the light switch that gets rid of all the darkness, all the shadows. It turns night into day. It's unbelievable. So I'm honored to be here to witness or participate or even hear about your surrender journey. And I'm excited that you're on it. Have a great day, everyone.